We are back. It's our final segment with Beth Joslin Roth, and she is with us from the Safe Tennessee Project, talking about guns issues, and the number on the screen, 737-7587. Thanks for coming on.
Sure.
Appreciate it. We've got Lisa waited through the break. Let's take Lisa's call. Hi, Lisa.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. What's on your mind, Lisa?
I was calling to talk to you out about, I know you all talking about the mental issue cases about guns, but my fiance was killed. She was shot 11 times, gun violence, here in Nashville. And I was calling, it's not only a mental issue, it's these kids and young kids that's running around here with these guns, that's trying to prove a point to their friends. And not only that, they're selling drugs, and most of them trading drugs out for weapons. And when they get caught by the police officer, they keep getting these chances, because it's not such a big, bad crime to have a gun. You have to be done kill someone. But if they have a gun in their hand, they're waiting to kill someone. They're just waiting to do something. If you're caught a number of times with guns, I think you should be took off the street. I
agree with you. And well, all right, she brings up the point about teen violence, and we see so much more gun violence with youngsters, and we see a lot of cars being broke into. And look, if you're a responsible gun owner and you leave your gun unlocked in your car overnight, you're not responsible. End of story. Stupid. All right, and so many guns are being stolen now from people's vehicles that are left unlocked in their driveway. They get in the hands of these teens, and then a lot of the gun stores have been hit recently.
Yes.
And these kids, so she's right about some of, I mean, gosh, we see young kids doing more fatal shootings than ever before.
Well, it's horrible, and as a parent, you know, I have teenage children, and you know, they know people who have been shot. I mean, nowadays in the city of Nashville, with our gun violence going up, it's, you know, a lot of these kids are classmates of, you know, so, but to address a couple of those points that I think are very important, we need to look at the issue that we have with gun theft. And you brought up two things that we talk about quite a bit. One are the smash and grabs out of gun stores, where people do not lock their inventory up at night, and they may have bars on their windows, but they don't have bars on their doors. So they
a lot of those gun stores I've seen, though, are pretty darn secure, and they still find a way to get in.
Well, you know, most of the time they get in with a hammer, and they get in, and the rifles are displayed on the wall, and the handguns are in a case, and they just scoop up the rifles, put them in a bag, bash open the case, scoop out the handguns. They're out in a hurry. And they're out in a hurry, and you know, they, in any one of those hits, they might steal anywhere from, you know, 10 to 30 or 40 guns. And then those guns end up on our streets in the hands of young people. The other issue that you brought up that's really important is the guns stolen out of vehicles. For example, the police chief in Memphis is very outspoken about the guns and trunks law that we passed here in Tennessee several years ago. And he notes that in 2013 in Memphis, there were, I think, around 350 guns stolen out of vehicles. Last year, in 2017, over 1,200 guns
He thinks that's associated with that law, or what?
He thinks it's associated with the law.
The law specifies what? What part of you are talking about that allows individuals to have guns in their trunk, say for instance they're on school property or something like that. They don't bring them in with them, but they're in the car.
I think his feeling is that that law sort of encourages people to transport their guns in their cars, and that people are being careless about it. Because what we see, there was an instance here in Nashville, I think it was right around New Year's, where someone left a loaded gun in their car. There were some kids that were out you know, messing with cars, which they shouldn't have been doing. But they opened this car door, and it was open, and there was a loaded handgun, and the kids took it, and they went back home, and they were playing with the gun, and this girl, I believe she was 13, the gun fired accidentally and shot and killed a 16-year-old. So that 16-year-old is dead, and now that 13-year-old is charged with a crime, and will be in our juvenile justice system, and you know, that's not going to end well for her. And all of that could have been prevented had the gun owner locked their vehicle and kept their gun locked away. I mean, if you're going to have a gun in your car, you should keep your gun, you should keep the car door locked, and the gun should be locked in a console or a glove box. Leaving a loaded gun in a car where it can be visibly seen from outside the car, it's reckless.
See, and I understand a lot of people, I have many friends who do have guns in their vehicle, but they do so responsibly. You can travel with a gun responsibly, and I have nothing against that. It's just like what you just said, that example, I mean, it's heartbreaking.
Well, and again, you know, studying this issue, you're always looking to try and figure out how to limit the supply of these illegal guns that are on the street. We know that a lot of the guns that are on the street, most all of them are illegal, right? And most of them are stolen. And so where are they being stolen from? And what we see time and time again is they're being stolen out of vehicles, and they're being stolen out of gun stores. And so if we can do more to keep the gun stores secure, require them to take reasonable measures to prevent theft, and encourage gun owners to be responsible with their gun storage in their vehicle, that would greatly limit the flow of these illegal guns that are on our streets that are often in the hands of young people, and they take young lives and they send young people to prison. Neither of those are good.
Not good. Let's see, did I take Thomas? Thomas, are you there? Okay, I may have taken him. Let's go to Jewel. Jewel, oh, I'm sorry. Oh, hold on, let me see. Wanda, are you there?
Who?
Wanda?
Yes.
Go ahead, Wanda.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's all right. What's on your mind?
Okay, I have two things I would like addressed.
Okay, real quick. You only got about 30 seconds because we're near the end.
We have to, in the state of Tennessee or state of Illinois, wherever we live, within 30 days, we're supposed to register our vehicles. We are supposed to get new driver's license and new car tags. Why cannot there not be something put in a database in these instances where they warn people? The people that's looking at it can tell, the cop that stops that car can tell right then that this person has a problem or has had a problem in the state of Illinois or the state of Tennessee or Kentucky, wherever they're at.
I wonder now, that's kind of the scarlet letter thing. I don't know. I mean, if you've had prior problems, that's supposed to be flagged when you buy a gun if you've gone through something that was adjudicated, right?
Well, if you've been adjudicated, exactly.
But
so the federal law is you have to be a felon, you have to be under an order of protection or adjudicated mentally ill. Those are really about the only things that are going to make you show up. So in the federal database, which is what Tennessee uses. So with that guy in Illinois, what he did at the White House was not a felony, so that would not have even shown up as a flag in the federal background check system.
Tennessee wouldn't have known that his card was taken in Illinois. And that was something we didn't touch on with Joe. I mean, you can see the merits to maybe having some kind of federal guideline that covers, but these are state rights issues, and some states want to be more strict on gun control, and some want to be a little more liberal on gun control, and they're not going to be quick to give that up.
Well, and just historically what we've seen is that it is very hard to get anything accomplished in relation to firearms at the federal level. And that's why organizations like mine spend most of our time trying to work at the state level where you actually have some chance of getting something done.
I'll tell you what, Beth, it's been a good conversation.
Yes, it was
Thank
great.
you so much for coming on.
Always happy to come.
Follow through the process and love to have you back on again.
Sure.
Safe Tennessee Project in the very middle of a very important issue. We'll see you again soon, all right?
Absolutely.
We'll take a break. When we come back, we're going to have a special guest on this morning as we continue to kind of profile and meet some of those running for judgeships in our great municipality. We'll be back with more right after this. Stay with us.